And now we'll see our first Missouri Tiger here on the match. This is Matthew Schmitt, transfer from West Virginia. Missouri native, taking on Mario Guillen. Guillen, the number 5 seed from Ohio U. Schmitt, the top seed, has had 2 tech falls in his first 2 bouts here. Guillen knocked off Anthony Glassell of George Mason 9-2 in the opener, and then took out Ty Varndell of Edinburgh 6-2 in the quarter. So that's where we sit right now. The other semifinal, you come into the mat here in a moment. That'll be the unseeded Richie Kohler of Ryder and unseeded Cole Roan of Bloomsburg.
You know, we mentioned those 2 guys in our opening. You know, whenever you get in a qualifying tournament for the NCAAs and you get to the semifinals, you know, you have wrestled your butt off, especially for 2 non-seeded wrestlers. They've done an incredible job, and one of those unseeded wrestlers is going to make it to the finals.
Yeah, and right here, this win's so big because this weight class qualifies 5 wrestlers to the tournament. 125 qualified 4, so Hildebrandt and Certain are certainly in. Boo, that's a bad dad joke. I'll never say that again. Twitter's going to blow up on that one. And right now, this one's 5, so of course, you make the finals here. You are assured of a trip to St. Louis. So far, 266 bids were allocated, so once our conference tournaments, we have 5 conference tournaments running this weekend, including this one, and then the Big 10 and Big 12 will follow next weekend. Once they're all said and done, we'll go to the at-large meeting, and still scoreless here halfway through, and that's how that'll set up. We'll give you the updates through the weight classes and how things are looking here throughout the course of our semifinal round. And again, tomorrow, our finals round here.
Good, solid shot by Schmitt. Can he finish? And you know what? Guillen has had, he beat Ty Varndell, who was the 4th seed. So Guillen is having a really solid tournament. Can Schmitt finish on him? Yes, and he does. That was a beautiful swing single. He used that thumb in the armpit. Guillen fought for inside control, came into the outside, and finished really nicely.
Yeah, throws a leg in on the left side. Riding time starting to build. Again, 1 minute at the end of regulation will give you an additional point. Another subtle difference between the collegiate and high school rule set. Something most of you at home, are, clearly if you're watching college wrestling, are familiar with. We still have not started our other match with Kohler and Roan, so don't worry, folks. Not missing anything over there at the moment. Coming up on 10 seconds here in the first action, going towards the edge. Schmitt riding tough. And short time here is going to end with 0 points. Schmitt takes the 2-0 lead. Toss comes up to Guillen. Guillen's going to defer. And Schmitt's going to take down. Guillen looks over to head coach Joel Greenlee, who sports probably the best mustache in all of Division I college wrestling.
Joel Greenlee in his 23rd year at Ohio. I remember when he got that job. Schmitt with the escape on Guillen.
Yeah, Schmitt's a kid.
Nice drag into a single by Schmitt.
Multiple medals out with the stop signs in Fargo throughout his age group career at the cadet and junior level. You know, you're going to see a lot of these guys that have spent their high school careers wrestling at whether it be world team trials, trying to get on USA Wrestling junior and cadet world teams, or in Fargo trying to get the stop sign on the big raised mat every July. I say Fargo's the greatest town in the world for 8 days in July. And Schmitt has had a lot of success there when he was a youngster. Action goes out of bounds. We'll reset under a minute to go here in our second period. 3-0 lead for Matthew Schmitt, a Missouri native representing the Tigers.
You know, we spoke about Borelli in the opening, but, you know, Brian Smith, he's just done an incredible job over at Missouri, and he's a class act and does just a really solid job at recruiting every year. Gets the best guys, better guys every year. They're a young team, you know, Missouri. They got a lot of guys. Most guys are coming back for next year.
Yeah, and that was one thing that we were talking about before we went on is how young Missouri is and how, you know, they're not battle tested. Nobody's had a chance to be battle tested this year because COVID started our season in January. Normally we're going through November opens and things like the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational, the Southern Scuffle, the Midlands, the Virginia Duels. We got events like that can really grind up a team and, you know, determine who's tough. And right now we've just got, in one case, we've got a really fresh set of wrestlers this year, which, you know, unprecedented times are leading to some interesting byproducts. And we may have some of the healthiest wrestlers in NCAA wrestling tournament history as we go to the third period, and we're going to go neutral.
That could be the understatement of the entire day right now. I mean, you know, you guys, I don't care how good you are or how well you've taken care of your body. You get to the end of the year usually on a grind of a season. It's the NCAA schedules. A lot of these kids are in meat grinders going into a meat grinder at the NCAA championships. And then you're talking about 3 straight days of wrestling the best guys in the country, and it takes its toll. So you're right. I think a lot of guys are going to be healthy. They're not going to have bumps and bruises like they usually do to get over. And they're going to go into this thing with all guns blazing. And there should be some fireworks in St. Louis.
Arch Madness, they like to call it when St. Louis hosts the NCAA championships. Still 3-0 for Schmitt. Riding time, not a factor. We're scoreless with Kohler and Roan over on the other semifinal. They are still in the first period, under a minute to go over there with 2 unseeded. And Schmitt in on that sweep again, Nick, trying to work up, shelfs the leg. How's he trying to finish this here?
Right now, you know, he's got to get his arm out. I don't like that overhook by Guillen. Guillen's got a good position on him. But right now, he's got to get that arm out, I think, come to the head. Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. Gets that leg kick and gets the 2 on Guillen.
Schmitt now extends his lead now to 5-0. That riding time will be over a minute momentarily, and now it is over a minute, so under 30 to go. Schmitt riding tough. Has been really just solid in all positions here.
Right now, he's got that leg in. He wants to try to crack that hip. Guillen needs to come out of that, mule kick out of that, or try to get up to his base at least. Kind of hip smash or swim out of that.
And tack on the point for riding time, and it will be a 6-0 decision. And into the finals, Mizzou is 2 for 2 at our first 2 weights. And Matthew Schmitt will make his first MAC championship final. We'll be back with more from